And then the big news that I'm sure everyone wanted us to mention is that everyone's favourite golden boy is going to make a Warhammer.
He's going to make a Warhammer. Yeah.
So Henry Cavill, in case anyone doesn't know, Henry Cavill has partnered up with a production studio and Amazon to be an executive producer and star in as yet undisclosed Warhammer-based streaming program. Which is quite exciting. I knew that they were going to make some kind of film or TV show at some point. I suspected it was probably a bit further away than this. This is sooner than I thought.
Well, I thought they were doing I thought the Eisenhorn thing was in the works.
Yeah, it was, but there's been no news for 3 years, and now this has come out. So either that got cancelled, or they're going to roll that into this. But that was a different production company with a different crew on it.
Okay.
I think I'm tentatively excited, but they haven't got a director, a showrunner, or a scriptwriter yet. So I think a lot's going to hinge on who they hire for those jobs.
All of that stuff. I think this is exciting. It's cool. But I think you gotta be a little tentative here. He's only the executive producer. He's the guy who's kind of just using his weight and
get the ball
money
rolling
to set things rolling, and then he's going to star in it.
Yeah.
He's not writing it. He's not the producer. So although he'll have some say, a lot of this will
be out of his hands.
Will be handled by other people. So I think it's very good. But until you have these other names attached to it,
yeah, it could be fucking anywhere on the scale of terrible to good.
Yeah.
I think the moment we find out who the fucking scriptwriter and the director are, will make way more of a difference.
So, I think it's cool. But Dan Abnett, surely. I don't know. I feel like Dan Abnett maybe fucked himself over with the Space Marine movie.
Yeah. Does anyone remember this steaming piece of shit? Ultramarines, a Warhammer 40,000 movie, written by Dan Abnett.
Without doubt, one of the worst things I think I've ever seen.
Yes. I want to find the Rotten Tomatoes or the IMDb for it.
5.6 is pretty fucking generous.
That is very generous. Holy shit.
If you haven't heard of this and you're a big Dan Abnett fan,
go treat yourself.
Treat yourself
to the longest 70 minutes of your life. Which is, it's also got a great voice cast. They utterly wasted Sean Pertwee, John Hurt, Terrence Stamp. These guys, all fucking great.
Yeah, there's some good voices, but
it was so bad. I'm amazed it's even got the score it has got.
It's only got 6,000 reviews.
Who's giving it a 10?
Bear in mind, almost 10% of people scored it 10 out of 10.
As in, the best thing they've ever seen.
the best thing they have ever seen.
Should we just
10 out of 10.
If we remove that from the equation, if we take those 500 votes out, does it drop to a 4 or something?
I feel like the numbers go down a lot.
Wow. I want to get into the mind of a psychopath. How do I read what they wrote?
Well, we can do that. We can 10 out of 10. Brilliant movie. One the Warhammer universe has always needed. Absolutely loved the movie. In my opinion, the only Warhammer movie that's worth watching. I intend to buy this movie as well. The Space Marines are the face of the Warhammer universe, and I found it very appropriate that they were used for the first real official Warhammer movie worth watching. For those of you not accustomed to jump scares, I suggest you turn away during the times that it gets quiet, or the scene moves to a halt.
Very spooky.
I feel that the movie deserves a 10, even though the fighting scenes are not as polished as they could be, and the bigger battles could have taken place. Like when the Imperial Fist fought off the Black Legion at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, perfect film except for 2 things I didn't like.
Apart from a bunch of this stuff that I don't like, but it's a 10.
Oh.
Also, though bare bones, all that I want, 10 out of 10.
The good, the bad, and the Warhammer.
10 out of 10.
So he's basically calling it ugly, right?
Yeah.
10 out of 10. No combat juggling. 10 out of 10.
What? It'd honestly be better if it did have. Did have some. Just watch it. Just watch it.
Treat yourself. So yeah, I'm not saying it's going to be like that, but who knows at this point? I think he loves Warhammer and he's got great intentions, and apparently he really tried to fix The Witcher. That's what people say.
Yeah, that worked.
Oh, well.
That turned into a very watchable thing. Apparently he loved The Witcher books, and that translated well.
Well, but he wasn't anything other than the actor in that. So he kept turning up on set and going, well, I think it should be more like this. And then the director was like, Henry, we're ready to shoot. It's too late to change the script. So maybe if he can, in this, he'll be more involved in the earlier process.
He'll have a bit more power as executive producer, but like a modicum. Executive producer is real behind the scenes, not involved in the product at all. They are kind of there providing money and helping people to move forwards to make this happen.
Yeah, greasing the wheels.
Like traditionally. So he might get more involved. But in turn, you'd probably hope that he doesn't get too hot on the actual directing or the production side of it, because it is very rare that
someone stars in and directs
also
and
that just actors convert over to being actually great directors and producers.
Very unusual.
Like,
because they're two very different skill sets.
Before anyone starts listing off all the times that this happens, generally it doesn't work that well. I still have, a lot of excitement for this.
Yeah, I think it could be great, and I really hope it is. But let's fucking rein it in, get it back in your pants for a minute, because there's so many ways it could still go wrong at this point.
I think you gotta just gotta chill it out. Clint Eastwood is like a great example of someone who did do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll see. And also, if it turns out that they're just going to make the Horus Heresy, instantly I'm going to be like, eh.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. There's so much they could do, but it feels like doing a Space Marine focused thing, to me, feels like a real not a good idea. Because this is going to be expensive, regardless of what they do. If you want to try and realize this kind of very extreme artistic universe, it's going to take a lot of money to do it right. And you can't fund that with just Warhammer fans. If you want to make multiple seasons and to keep this going, it has to have fairly broad appeal.
Yeah.
And I don't think all the characters being Space Marines is going to have broad appeal at all. You need something with a bit more of a human story, someone that you can relate to, not a brainwashed religious child soldier zealot who screams "brother" and quotes the Codex Astartes.
Punch the heretics, brother! Hand me my bolt gun!
I think, you have Space Marines shop once or twice a season, kick ass, look cool, and then they fuck off. And there's the actual characters that you are following and are invested in need to be like people, just normal peoples. Yeah,
for sure. So I heard a thing that he wants to do that one of his favorite parts, that he said that he didn't want to be a Space Marine.
Yeah.
That he wants to be an Inquisitor.
Oh, because I watched an interview with him saying the exact opposite.
Oh, really? That he wants to be a...
He was like, I feel like, being an Inquisitor would be a waste, because then I wouldn't then get to play a Primarch or someone more, bigger.
When was that? Was that recent?
That was at least a year ago.
Because I always thought that he should be a fucking Primarch. He's a big fucking Chad, handsome man.
He looks like... I can't imagine... There aren't many people who would pull it off, and he is one of them. Would you shave his head? Because half of them are bald. I don't know if that would look good on him.
No, let him keep his hair. He's got a nice hairline. Yeah. He's a handsome man.
But then he's going to be the star. So do you want the main character to be a Primarch? Because I don't really.
No, I don't care about that. CGI his hair off. That always works well. That always works well. Boom. Thanks for turning up, Henry. All that money you provided, yep, that's purely there to CGI your hair. And so you're going to have this wobbly, boiling, bald head.
Please just keep your head movements to a minimum.
Yeah, you have to be really static. Never move your head.
Oh, perfect. Maybe, if he could be Dawn, and then they could CGI his mustache off.
Okay, perfect.
So yeah, I'm really torn because he would make an excellent like chapter master or Primarch or like custodian or something like that. But I don't want that to be the main character.
So it's like, where do you like jump in? Where do you start? Like,
just a 6-minute black screen text lore dump at the start, right? Just like voiceover.
Honestly,
it is the 41st millennium.
Look, okay, you fucking laugh, but Star Wars begins like that.
It's not 6 minutes, though, is it?
No, but I think you can do one of those intros. Don't make it 6 minutes long. You can make it a minute long. Have some grisly VO, fucking going through space, and you just end with that line, like, in the grim dark futures, there is only war.
And then you go straight
crashes through the atmosphere.
You follow a drop pod into atmosphere.
Yeah, and then gunfire everywhere.
This main character you follow for the first 3-4 minutes of that opening fight scene, and then he's just fucking dead.
Yeah, blam.
You think he's going to be the main character of the show. As he takes his helmet off, it's not Henry Cavill, and then he explodes.
Oh, nice. And then you see another person who's like, brother, with me! Yeah. And you're like, is that Henry? And then they fucking die. And you're like, wasn't Henry Cavill?
Yeah.
And you just keep doing it. You just keep Henry Cavilling it.
Yeah, just keep baiting, the Henry bait.
Okay. So I did see like an idea that was on the Grimdank subreddit that was like, wouldn't it be funny if Henry Cavill's playing like a guardsman and like you're like, oh shit, like he's the fucking officer, like, whoa, we're charging over. Instantly fucking dies. It's the biggest trick,
right?
Because that's the grimmest, darkest thing that you think that he's the main character.
Oh shit! And that's it. Then that's it. He's not in the show,
and then he's gone. And then it just tells this other story about other people. Yeah, you just insta Sean Bean him.
I think that only works if the new person is better. Do you know what I mean? Because otherwise, it's just a massive debate.
Oh yeah.
Like you have to replace him with something that people didn't know they wanted more than that. Which is going to be hard to pull off because I don't think there's anyone nerds want more.
Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito is a fucking commissar. Like, I reckon people would like it. They don't know they want it, but they would get into it.
I would get into that. Holy shit.
Oh, no, easy. Chris Pratt. He takes his helmet. The Space Marine commander takes his helmet off. It's Chris Pratt.
Yeah. And he's like, and he just says all the classic lines wrong.
Yeah.
He's just like,
for my emperor.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
Well, that's nearly right.
What did he say?
Comrades, attack!
Comrades, attack! Roast the heresy! Like, oh, Chris.
Oh, purge the unbelievers!
Just, oh.
Chris! No!
Stop! Oh, man. Not the dream. Yeah.
Oh my God, radical Inquisitor Danny DeVito.
I think it would be great.
Listen to me, Henry. It's all lies. And he's got one of those obsession ones.
Oh yeah.
He's like, look, the Emperor.
it all comes together. I'd love that. So yeah.
Oh my God. So anyway, I just started purging,
which is great. It's very good. But I'm not. I don't know where you'd begin. I kind of think like doing an Inquisition type thing does feel like a good.
Yeah, I would love to see an Inquisitor thing because I feel like, if not the main character, then some of the characters need to be not necessarily good guys, but like
morally questionable.
Well, no, but like there has to be someone you want to root for.
Yeah,
you know, and the universe is obviously grim and dark and horrible. So you need someone who is, if not virtuous, just not evil. You know?
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
And I think you can have like something like an Inquisitor who is not a complete asshole, who at least even if the audience hate everyone and everything, they want this guy to do whatever he's trying to do. You know?
But also, like, you need like a pleb. You need a Luke Skywalker.
Yeah,
if you're going to have broad appeal to, you know, someone that people can relate to, that can then have a lore dump put on them.
Well, clearly you're going to have like some kind of like hive ganger or new recruit guardsman who ends up getting like rescued and brought onto the Inquisitor's team, and he only knows what goes on in the Undercity, so he has to have everything explained to him.
Yeah.
It's like, what's that green thing? Why's that Eldar looking all sexy with the knives? What's a Slanesh?
Oh, God. Okay,
Am I so horny right now?
Oh, no.
There's purple bald men. Should I follow them?
No, don't do that.
At least one of them wants to kiss me.
Oh, God. No. See, a lot of people are saying they want orcs. I don't think they're going to do orcs. I don't think you can.
No, I think the problem is a lot of Warhammer stuff I don't think will translate to live action very well. And orcs are probably one of them. I think they look great in models and in artwork and probably in animation. Really hard to pull off convincingly in live
think
action.
The whole thing would have to be super CG'd because the orcs are not the Fall of Cadia. You couldn't do the Fall of Cadia. Holy shit. That would need a 20-minute just information dump at the beginning to get you like sort of on board with that.
So first of all, there's the Eye of Terror. But before I explain that, I have to explain the Chaos Gods.
Yeah.
Well, really, it all starts 10,000 years before.
Like, you can have Cadia fall, you know, a bit like fucking Alderaan getting exploded. Like, you don't really care about Alderaan dying outside. Like, it's a side note. Because the whole movie isn't set there. Like, it just would take too long to explain and make you care about that planet. I really think Genestealer Cults is the fucking win.
I would love to watch Shadows over Innsmouth.
That's exactly it.
Just
you do
make
Shadows of
Warhammer
Innsmouth, but with Genestealer Cults.
Yeah, you have like an
solved.
Arbite detective or an Inquisitor comes to investigate a weird mining colony or something. And yeah, I thought it'd be fucking great. I'd love that.
That's exactly... that's what I would want to make.
Because I feel like if you make something quite small and relatable, and you get people interested in like, what's all this Warhammer about? This is cool. And then you can hit them with the grander stuff.
Yeah.
I think you don't just push them into the deep end of, I was there when Horus killed the Emperor, and expect anyone to give a shit about what that means.
Yeah. Yeah, at all. Like, you slowly drip feed through. Because, like, if you were to do it in like, did you see the Cabinet of Curiosities? Which was just like
Not
an anthology.
yet, but I mean to.
If you did like a sort of live action Hammer and Bolter-esque thing, you know, hour-long curated stories, it's like hyper expensive to do.
Well, yeah, because you've got to make new sets and costumes for every episode.
Or you just call this whatever, Henry Cavill's Warhammer 40,000 Universe TV show, and you do like a series, which is boom, it's all about a fucking Genestealer cult. Then the next series could be
like the American Haunted House.
American Horror Story. That sort of vibe, and
I'd love that.
That'd be a way that you don't have to commission a new TV show and get people hot for that. You just kind of mix it up and change it.
That'd be amazing.
I feel like something like that would be.
Well, because then Henry can play all the parts.
He can be every part.
Because that's what they do in that show, right? Like
They
same
have
actors.
They have actors coming back and they're just a different person, like because each season is a different setting. I don't know if I need Henry Cavill to be in every.
Or we go back to our old idea of it's the Muppets Christmas Carol.
Okay.
Where it's Michael Caine is the only human in it and everyone else is a Muppet.
I would absolutely love that.
So we just do Henry Cavill's Muppets Horus Heresy.
yeah, which I think, honestly, it could have its charms.
I really want to see that.
It could be pretty good.
You get the Eagle guy to be Rogel Dawn. Animal can be Angron.
Yeah.
I guess Kermit has to be Horus.
Or Miss Piggy
is Horus, and Kermit is like Gulliman or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it just works. It just works.
Fozzie Bear for Emperor. Oh my God.
Sure.
Oh, Kermit's the Emperor. Maybe. Then who's Henry Cavill?
Oh, is Henry Cavill... What's the fucking Emperor's friend?
Malkador.
Yeah.
Just Chad Malkador.
This big, buff Malcolm. Well, you know, all the others are fucking Muppets, so he's always going to look pretty Chad next to any of them. It doesn't matter who he is.
True. What if we get all the big Hollywood Chad actors, right? We get, we get The Rock, we get Jason Momoa, we get, can't think of any others now, Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Any of these big, like, super buff action hero guys. And we get them all. We blow half the budget on getting them all to do one scene where, like, a Space Marine, like, elite regiment of super bodyguards lands in, and each one of them is one of these guys. So you got, like, the Henry Cavill guy, the Jason Momoa guy, all these big guys. They're all the Space Marines, but their squad gets wiped out in that first battle. So you get to, like, put that on the poster. And you're only paying them to do, like, 1 day's work because they get killed in 2 days.
Okay. I think that's a fun angle, but you might run into that sort of like Marvel Cinematic Universe problem of suddenly if this takes off and you're like,
now we can't use any of these people.
We've used them all. They all fucking died in the opening 5 minutes.
Clones.
They're clones.
Yeah, we recovered their gene seed.
We recover the gene seed. This is how it works in the show. You fucking put it in, and then you look like
and then you turn into Henry Cavill.
Perfect. Okay, great. Oh, fuck me. I've just realised he's going to play a fucking Never Die, isn't he?
Oh my God, he is.
He's going to play it. I cannot believe I did not even think about this before.
It's because I removed them from my brain.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't think about it. They're not in my head canon. They don't exist.
He's going to make himself a fucking Never Die so he can always be in it forever.
And then he can be in all the flashbacks,
He can be in every flashback. He can be in every single Warhammer thing they make from now on. Because he's the guy that started it. And so of course he's going to make himself an Inquisitor.
And then he can be in the Horus Heresy and he can be
play
in the
every
40K
fucking
stuff.
thing.
Fuck. I hate it. I hate the Never Dies. Please don't do it, Henry.
Don't do it, Henry.
I know you're tempted.
Because that way you just secure your job for life.
I know that's millions potentially. But please.
Fuck.
Oh. Don't want it.
Oh my God, because you know if he made this show... Like they're like, okay, right, our budget is actually like real fucking tight. You know, we're gonna do some Space Marines, we're gonna do some stuff. We've got these big battle scenes, we've blown most of the budget.
Yeah.
So actually, yeah, you're gonna be a Never Die, and we're gonna do a lot of
you in the year 2020.
Be like story plots about how you were able to solve this case, but it's gonna have that real.
It's gonna remind you of this time.
But it's gonna be super Star Trek-y.
38,000 years ago.
There's gonna be a lot set modern day when he solved a crime just like this one going on in 40K. But also, we've got this Victorian set, so there's gonna be like Pride and Prejudice, Never Die, and like there's we'll go to Bath and do the Roman bath. Great, there's a Roman scene. We're going to do it when you were a Roman and how you remembered that and that worked. And it's just going to, great, we're going to go to the Western town and just what are just common sets that we can have.
Yeah. We're filming this where Westworld is. So
and that is exactly what they're going to do.
Wow. That's... Yeah, very efficient. I mean, there's a producer there who's just patting himself on the back for the millions he's saved.
Like, saved so much money.
But I hate it. I hate it.
Oh, it's gonna fucking happen, isn't it?
Isn't that Doctor Who? Yes. Basically, we're making grimdark Doctor Who now. And we get to... For every one episode of Bolter porn, you get...
No, you get a little bit of Bolter porn every episode. And the rest is... Just never die.
It's Henry Cavill in different period attire.
Yeah.
Solving crimes or something.
Yeah.
But does he also get to be the Never Die who, like, shot Martin Luther King and
I don't know if you want to be that never die. I don't know if that's the best one to just it opens with fucking Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech. He gets shot and then it just cuts to Henry Cavill like, I got him, everybody.
trust me, in 40,000
Like,
years,
this
you'll
is
thank me.
I promise you, this all pans out. That is not how you want to open and get people on board with your character.
He's a character in the books. He's one of the Never Dies. That's what he does.
I don't think you want to, when you're just getting anyone else into the show, I don't think you want to start out with that. Just the cold open. Because the 40k nerds are going to be confused. Like, where's my bolter?
Everyone else is just like, why is the handsome man doing a racist?
Why is he the worst racist?
Don't worry, he shoots JFK as well.
Okay, sure, great.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the one. Okay.
Oh.
Just please, if anyone knows Henry Cavill, someone must do. Or if Henry Cavill, if for somehow you're here lurking, don't be a never die.
Please. By which we mean perpetuals.
Oh,
for
yeah,
anyone
sorry,
not
just-
knee-deep in Tom and Ben lore.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like calling them a never die is not that much worse than calling them a perpetual.
Yeah. Oh.
Please.
Wow. I love the idea that Henry Cavill is a VOD goblin.
I would love it. It'd be so good.
And he's going to sneak in a Lorehammer.
Oh,
show.
God. Just put a reference, please. Somehow. Get something in there.
He makes something happen, and then like someone tells a story to someone else. Like they're sat in the Inquisitor's dropship, and you got two dirty grubs like sharing drinking stories.
Oh,
one of them's quite tall with a beard.
Oh.
The other one, he's so normal looking, you forget that he's there. And then they're telling each other, like, I heard the Emperor did this one time.
Yeah. I heard Space Marines, they eat balls of shit.
And Henry Cavill walks past and goes, shut the fuck up.
You guys are fucking idiots.
That can't be true.
Oh, man. How good. I'd love if we could cameo in it. As, like, you know, whatever. The Inquisitor, they're going to fight crime. Well, you're going to demonstrate Space Marines being badasses.
Yeah.
And just, we could be like two fucking just shitty cultists.
Yeah.
Having a chat like that, and then just Space Marines walk in and just blah, 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 it's just instantly killed, and then it kicks off the battle scene. If anyone can help us make that happen, if we can cameo as the shittest characters in all of Warhammer.
As long as we don't end up like that guy in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh yeah, I don't want them to turn up and be like, "Oh my god, this is Ben and Tom. They're part of a Slanesh cult."
They're the most perverted degenerates you've ever seen.
Yeah, like that's not the cameo. No. Like I don't want to be a cool guy, but in turn, don't make me the most infamous pervert in all of 40k. That ain't the dream.
Just make us a couple of old Tom and Bens.
Yeah, just that kind of
So
thing.
you know, one step above.
Just a fraction above. Please. Please.
Please.
Yeah, what else?
You don't even have to name check us. It's fine.
No, at all. Oh, actually not the feeling-id. You can be the feeling-id. I'll be almost anything else.
I don't want to be the feeling it. Fuck that. No, just make us a couple of dum-dums.
Yeah, like the shittest.
Like we can get servitor lobotomized or something.
Oh, being a servitor would be pretty rad, actually.
That would be cool.
You could be like the scribe one, and I'll be like either, you know, rock drill arm or like mop arm and bucket arm.
And I'll be the guy with the finger pens.
Yeah.
Writes on a never-ending scroll.
Yeah, that's just going off.
Right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I could do that.
Yeah.